the episode opens up with Natalie, Akbar V, and Jaden Alexis. Okay, so they're all out at brunch, and they're having a conversation about pretty much Biggie. Okay, so Natalie asks Akbar about her fight with Biggie. So Akbar, she goes on this basically delusional rant talking about she believes that Biggie's jealous of her because of the way that the other girls embrace her, and she was supposed to had punched Biggie after Biggie threw the purse at her, but she looked into Biggie's eyes and she saw the fear. I was like, bitch, please.
Bitch, what you say?
Akbar is delusional, child. And she also got this thing where she thinks she's bigger than life or bigger than the other girls that's on the show. And for what it's worth, I don't see it, okay? Just because you're a washed up cast member from Love and Hip Hop and you've been on TV for almost a decade or more and haven't accomplished much doesn't make you better than the other girls. I'm sorry, okay? So anywho, Akbar goes on and on about Biggie and things like that. Jaden Alexis pretty much was over it. Now, I missed the last recap, but just to reiterate for those of you who only check in for my recaps and don't actually watch the show, Jaden Alexis and Biggie got into a fight. Okay, and it pretty much stemmed from the fact that Biggie threw a purse at Akbar and didn't follow up. So Biggie and Akbar spent a lot of time arguing back and forth. Jaden Alexis just got fucking tired of it, okay? So she was just like, Biggie, you need to just stand up, do something, etc., etc. So then she got frustrated in the midst of arguing with Biggie and threw her bouquet of flowers at Biggie. Okay, and when she did that, Biggie pretty much took off in her shit, windmilled the hell out of her ass, had her on the floor, flailing around like a fucking fish, okay? So at this point, Jaden Alexis, like, she's over it, okay? Because not only did Biggie attack her and she feels like Biggie's a much bigger girl, and Biggie didn't have that same energy for Akbar, who was the person who actually had a problem with her. It was her birthday, okay? So it was just added insult to injury. So at this point, she's pretty much over Biggie or whatever, whoop-de-woo. And so, anywho, Natalie decides to FaceTime a few of the other girls to have them come join her. So she FaceTimes Jayla, Tasiki, and Anna Mac, okay? And she tells them, like, look, we having brunch. Come over, swing by, whoop-de-woo. So in the next scene, meanwhile, back at the house, you have Rolly and Tinka. Okay, so Rolly and Tinka is basically having a conversation. And once again, this conversation is about Biggie. Now, Biggie is the talk of the town at this point. So, anywho, they're basically saying, Rolly feels that Biggie likes to throw the rock and hide her hand. Like, she feels like Biggie uses the fact that she's having personal issues like grieving for her boyfriend and things like that as an excuse to not stand on business. And she feels like that's not fair because all the other girls have personal things going on as well, and they still have to stand on business. And she used Tasiki as an example because everyone knows about, the whole Krishan Rock thing with Tasiki. She said that never stopped Tasiki for taking up for her friends or standing up for herself, so it shouldn't stop Biggie. So while her and Rolly and Tinka is having this conversation, Biggie walks in with Diamond Baddie. Diamond Baddie looking fucking tore, looking like yesterday, okay? And apparently her whole getup was from the day before because the bitch had a hangover, okay? So anywho, they start chatting, and Rolly basically reiterates the fact to Biggie about how she feels like, she shouldn't use excuses for not standing on business and things like that. And it's not fair, blah, blah, blah. And so Biggie basically is like, no. So then Rolly kind of suggests that Biggie should take some time off or whatever. And Biggie basically was like, if she can't handle things. And Biggie basically was like, no. Anywho, Rolly receives a text message from Natalie, okay? So Natalie is telling Rolly that she wants her, Tinkerbella, Diamond Baddie, Jasmine Renee, and Big Lex to join her or join her and Akbar V and all of them for brunch, okay? And she explicitly tells Rolly, no Biggie. So Rolly shows the message to Tinkerbella, and Biggie's sitting up there looking stupid like, she was like, I don't care. I don't care. They ain't going to do nothing but fight, and they're not going to eat, and da-da-da-da. I mean, while she do have a point, that's all they fucking do when they have these little meetings and these little get-togethers is fight anyway. These bitches never fucking eat. However, we know you are salty, Biggie, because you're always salty, bitch. At this point, Biggie's definitely being iced out.
Okay, I see what's going on.
I don't think it's fair because she is an OG. She's been around for a long time. But then again, like, Biggie annoys me from watching. Okay, so just imagine having to be around her, you know, close proximity and listen to a bitch that complain all the time and always doing some fuck shit.
Tough break, nigga.
So, anywho, the scene switches to Ivory, got Ivory, Pretty Pete, and Jasmine Renee. They're sitting outside, chit-chatting. And, like I said, Biggie's the talk of the town. So, they're talking about the whole Biggie situation. But Ivory's looking at it as if, you know, she feels like Biggie should have fought Akbar, too. And I agree with that. I feel like Biggie initiated the situation with Akbar V because when she threw that purse, it's like, it's definitely time to fight. But then again, it's like Akbar didn't want to fight her either. Like, neither one of these bitches really wanted to fight each other. I don't know why or what was going on or what that was about, but it seemed like they both was just doing a lot of shit talking and whatever. And so Ivory felt like, well, bitch, if you're going to throw a purse, you should have followed up with a few punches, da-da-da. But then you turn around and you fight Jade and Alexis because she threw some flowers. And I agree with that. And so they talk about how Ivory was the first to get her Baddies chain, and then they talk about fucking Jada and Alexis getting the Baddies chain, because mind you, Jada and Alexis received a Baddies chain the night before at the club, okay? And Pretty Pete and Jasmine Renee swore up and down that they didn't see her receive a chain. And they pretty much felt the same way that I felt. Like, bitch, the only reason she got that chain was because she got her ass flip-flopped on her own birthday, okay? And don't get me wrong, that may not be the only reason. She probably got it too because, you know, believe it or not, her baby daddy Blueface holds some weight over there in the Zeus world, okay? And so I believe that her affiliation with him is what really giving her, like, you know, the golden seat or whatever, whoop de whoop. And then she's a celebrity guest, so, you know, it is what it is. They want their celebrity guests to feel good. Because y'all remember last season, Asian Doll got a Baddies chain and didn't really do shit besides fight Mariah Lynn. So anywho, Rolly comes out. In the midst of the conversation, Rolly comes out and tells Jasmine Renee to get dressed for lunch. They're finna go, whatever, with the woo. Big Ivory definitely felt some type of way about that, okay? Bitch, just when you thought you was starting to get in with the cool kids, then you fuck around and find out that you really not as cool as you thought you was. So anyway, the scene switches again, and now we're looking at Bad Dolly, Big Lex, and Summer. Now, we know via social media that these three is like a trio, okay? They definitely is like, you know, the Rat Pack. That's what I'm going to call them, the Rat Pack. So anyway, they chopping it up, whatever, and then Emma walks in. Child, as soon as Emma sits down, Summer digs right into her shit, talk about how she was acting all crazy the night before and saying how drunk Emma was. And then Emma says, no, bitch, you was drunk. And you was saying some things out your mouth that you shouldn't have said or whatever. Whoop. So apparently, off camera, Summer was popping her shit with Emma, okay? And they didn't give any context to what exactly was said that pissed Emma off, but obviously Summer was getting her, okay? So Summer basically was like, bitch, I don't understand why you so offended. You know, everybody knows that I pop my shit. Like, you know, it is what it is. You're supposed to be a baddie. You need to have some thicker skin, basically, is what she was saying. Like, why you being so sensitive? So Emma goes on to say, like, you know, whatever it was that Summer said, basically, you can't just be saying anything out your mouth or whatever. So they arguing back and forth for a few minutes. And in the midst of them arguing, Rolly comes in to collect big legs. Okay, Broly's definitely making her rounds. And so Summer goes on to tell Emma how she's boring, how she don't do anything. Okay, but before she said that, Bad Dolly asked Emma, like, why are you so quiet? Like, why are you always so quiet? And so Emma's like, well, we drink, we hang out, get drunk, and drinking every night, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And so Summer was like, bitch, you're boring. You're boring. So here they go again, arguing. So then Ivory comes out of thin air. That bitch was somewhere in the dark. So she comes out of nowhere and she comes in. She's like, y'all doing all this arguing. Y'all need to fight. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all need to fight. So then Emma suddenly develops some energy and jumps up to try to fight Summer. And when she attempts to fight Summer, Bad Dolly grabs her by the throat and pushes her back. But mind you, before Ivory walked in, Bad Dolly had already told Emma that nobody's going to fight Summer if she's around. Like, you know what I'm saying? She told Emma that Emma wasn't going to fight Summer. So she basically warned her, like, bitch, I'm going to get with you if you try to fight Summer. And so when Emma stood up with the energy, Bad Dolly grabbed her by the throat, pushed her ass back. And so them two started fighting. And when they started fighting, Summer tried to jump in. And when Summer tried to jump in, Ivory grabbed that bitch by her wig. I mean, she grabbed her with one hand and yanked that bitch into spring. She yanked Summer ass into spring. Call her ass Summer Spring now. Call that bitch Summer Spring now, child. I would say it ain't gonna be no jumping if I'm right here. Now, normally I'll be like, Ivory, you was a messy ass bitch. Because how the fuck you gonna go in there and pick a fight and then try to play referee? But at the same time, at least she tried to play referee. She could have just, because she already did her big one by going in there getting them hoes crunk up. So she didn't have to, play referee. She could have sat there and let Emma got her ass jump. But she pulled Summer back. So Emma somehow managed to get away from Bad Dolly and ran straight into Summer. So they tussling for a little bit. Emma takes Summer's wig and ends up throwing it back at her. And she's like, all this fucking fighting, I don't split my finger and this, that, and the third. And she's getting all, going off and shit about whatever the fuck she's going off about. Talk about all this damn fighting. So Summer was like, you should just go home. You should just go home. And I agree. I concur. Because, bitch, Emma, like I said this 2 episodes ago. I felt like after that fight with Scotty, after Emma fought Scotty, I feel like her whole energy changed. Like, she did have a bit more energy about her before. But it's like after that fight with Scotty, it's like she lost her desire really to be on the show. At this point, I think she's trying to stick through it, but she really ain't got that life in her. You know what I'm saying? If anything, she can't call a bitch boring when she's not doing the most. Like, and I get it. Some chicks just don't like to do the most, but at the end of the day, to be noticed, to get camera time, to do what you're supposed to do, as far as like being on reality TV show, you have to kind of do the most. And Emma is missing a whole lot of pages out of that book. Okay, so I don't really know what irritated me the most, because mind you, when they broke Bad Dolly and Emma up, Bad Dolly's still trying to fight, right? So Emma kept saying like, yeah, I fight. Because Bad Dolly was like, I still fought you and my hand fucked up. And that's the truth. Bad Dolly's hand been fucked up since her fight with Pretty P. So Emma would respond in a way that indicates that she want to fight, but then she'll quickly say, oh, my finger fucked up. I don't know what was more irritating, her throwing wolf tickets and pulling them back, or that do not enter sign on the fucking refrigerator. I was like, see, this is the problem. This is why these hoes angry. Y'all want to feed them liquor all motherfucking day, but y'all don't want to feed them no fucking food. Y'all got me fucked up. A bitch like me would not be on there fighting hoes 24/7 and can't get no fucking nourishment. Cause like, what the fuck? What the fucking fuck? So, anywho, The scene switches to, the group of girls that's headed out to lunch. Okay, so you got Rolly, DTB, Tinkerbella, Jasmine, Renee, Big Lex. So the five of them are on the sprinter. They're on their way to this brunch, right? And so Rolly brings up the fact that she hears that Zeus is supposed to be bringing another baddie. And she's like, I hope they don't bring this stick figure crackhead. Don't be at this brunch, okay? Because she's thinking that she knows Slim is supposed to come, but she don't know whether or not Slim is going to be at the brunch. And mind you, Slim and Rolly are like arch nemesis at this point. They give they give Natalie Tommy type beef. So then Rolly starts talking about, the basis of why her and what's that girl face? Slim is not getting along. Basically, Slim just said a whole bunch of foul ass shit about her and about her son. Now, that's one thing about it. Like, bitch, any rat face, raggedy ass, bald head asshole can say whatever the fuck they want to say about me. But if you bring up my motherfucking child who has nothing to do with the situation, bitch, I'm taking that to heart, okay? And it's gonna be up and stuck every motherfucking time, bitch. Because if you bringing up motherfuckers that ain't got shit to do with shit, then bitch, you gonna have to pay the motherfucking consequences for it, okay? So I side with the parent on situations like that because I firmly believe that kids should be left out of all the bullshit, okay? Regardless. So anywho, DTB decides to be messy and asks Tinkerbella, like, what if the new chick what if they're bringing back an old baddie? Meatball. What if they bring back Meatball? And so Tinkerbella's like, see, we getting along now, but this is why I don't fuck with you like that, because bitch, you start shit. Bitch, you mention Meatball. You mention Meatball around Tinkerbella, that bitch get angry, okay? That bitch get upset, right? Oh, Jesus, that shit's so motherfucking funny. The girls weren't even seated for 5 seconds. 5 seconds before Akbar goes in on Diamond, okay? She feels like Diamond amped Biggie up. I don't know why or how or when this was supposed to have happened. There's some behind the scenes shit. But apparently Diamond amped Biggie up in her eyes. So she goes off on Diamond. She's like, I don't know what your problem. See, then she was like, see, you the type of bitch that have a problem with a bitch, but then you get that bitch to say what you gotta say or whatever. I don't know. She said some bullshit. So then Diamond goes and tells her, like, look, my problem with you is I gave you a compliment and you had the audacity to say, because I'm a professional. Yeah, because I'm a professional. She said, when I give somebody a compliment, I expect a thank you. Okay? So they go back and forth arguing. And so Akbar V gets up and go to talking shit, and she's like, she was like, bitch, I look better than you. And so Diamond goes in on her turkey wing arm, says that's why you got turkey wing arms. And so Akbar pulls off her jacket and say, bitch, I'm still finer than you. My face card, eat your face card, etc., etc. By the way, which girl do y'all think look better? I'm just saying. I mean, I think Diamond got Akbar beat. Even though Akbar has a pretty face, Akbar just, her personality doesn't give. I don't know. To me, if I had to choose, I would probably choose Diamond if I didn't know about Diamond. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't know that she was a little eater, but I would have probably chose Diamond over Akbar. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think look better. But anyway, Akbar goes on to say, that's why your ass hard. And so Diamond gets up, turns around, lifts up her skirt, and starts shaking her ass. Mind you, the bitch ain't had no drawers. She's sitting up there shaking her ass all over the damn dining room table. Y'all should have seen Jayla's face. Jayla's face was like ill. Like, she was like ill with the whole conversation. But Diamond goes to clapping her ass like, bitch, hardware. And so both of them So then Akbar says, you standing up, what you want to do? What you want to do? So Diamond said, I can sit down. I can sit down. So Diamond sat down. And as soon as Akbar sat back down, she said, good, because I ain't finna be arguing with a bitch with no snaggle tooth. And mind you, throughout the argument, she brought up Diamond's tooth like 3 or 4 times. So anyway, before you know it, Diamond reached over and popped the shit out of Akbar's ass. So the girls scramble around, and then Diamond and Akbar square up. Tinker hint Diamond her tennis shoes, like, bitch, get in the paint. And so Diamond puts on the tennis shoes, and her and Akbar square up. Now, Akbar surprised me because I expected Diamond to walk dog with her ass, but she stuck in there. And I can't really say who was the winner, but I would say it looked like Akbar kind of topped the shit out of Diamond. I'm not gonna lie. It looked like Akbar got the better of that shit, the better. They had like 2-3 rounds, and I think Akbar took the win. However, what turned me off was that spitting shit. Akbar with the spitting and all of that unnecessary ass shit. That's, to me, y'all already know. If you watch my past videos, you know I can't stand no nasty ass spitting ass bitch. Like, keep your spit to yourself. You got hands, you got fish, you got a lot of shit you can throw at a bitch, but you don't have to spit at them. I mean, that's literally fucking assault. You could catch a whole case behind spitting at somebody, right? That's nasty. So anyway, they break the fight up. You know how Diamond is. Diamond goes to trolling Akbar, and the security get Akbar out of there real quick, okay? They get Akbar out of there. So anywho, in the next scene, you got Emma and Pretty P. So they're sitting up there having a conversation, and Emma's like expressing the fact that she feels like she's feeling some type of way because, you know, Summer and Bad Dolly tried to jump her and things like that. So she's telling Pretty P what happened. And you can see by the look on Pretty P's face that she just simply didn't give a fuck, okay? She literally said in her confessionals, I guess it's every man for themselves. Bitch. So, child, while they talking, Biggie and Ivory walks in, okay? And so, Biggie and Ivory, the girls, like, they start catching Biggie and Ivory up on everything that happened. And so Biggie brings up the fact that she was like, how do you guys feel about not being invited to lunch? She said specifically that I can't go. And that's what I told y'all. Biggie did feel some kind of way. I don't give a fuck what Biggie said. Biggie mad that she was missing out. So anywho, in the next scene, you got Tasiki, Anna, and Jayla. They back on the sprinter, okay? And so Tasiki, her shady ass, and this is what I don't like. This is what I'm not liking about Tasiki right now. So she opens up her mouth and says, so how y'all feel about Diamond getting her ass beat? And so basically Anna and Jayla disagreed with Tasiki. They like, you know, I don't think she just got beat up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just didn't get her ass beat. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, woo. And for me, I just feel like Tasiki always throwing like these little subliminals when it comes to Diamond. Like, she's always acting like she just changed Diamond's life. And I think that low key Tasiki don't fuck with Diamond, but I don't like the fact that she be sitting around the girl all up in her face. Like, you literally beat the girl up, okay? With the whole world saw it. We know that you knocked her tooth out, okay? And unlike most bitches, Diamond actually took that shit on the chin and kind of like, you know what I'm saying? She made it work for her, but she humbly gave you the fact that she gave it to you that you beat her ass, and she already said that she don't want no more smoke with you. So it's just like, at this point, like, if you don't fuck with her, don't be around her. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you like her and then turn around and shade the bitch every chance you get. I don't like it. Because it's like, when you beat somebody up, you don't want already. So it ain't no point on keep picking with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't do it to Diamond's face per se, but she gives me fake, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So anywho, the scene then switches to Diamond, Jasmine, Renee, Big Legs, I want to say a few of the other girls, right? So Diamond is going off, and she's basically talking about the whole situation with Akbar. She feels like she don't like the fact she got sensitive when it came to her tooth, because she said that, you know, Akbar had done brought it up several times, and she feel like, why you keep talking about what the next bitch did? What the fuck you gonna do? And I'm like, aye, Captain Bitch. I'm right there with you when it comes to that. Like, why do motherfuckers keep saying something about what Tasiki did? Bitch, stand on your own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Tasiki knocked her tooth out, but whatever. That's old news at this point. Like, bitch, please, what's your issue? How you gonna deal with your issue? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and the next thing you got Summer and Bad Dolly. They're in the jacuzzi, hot tub, whatever the fuck. So anywho, they talking about Emma and things like that. And I'm just noticing Bad Dolly's looking real good. I love her little outfit and her wig. And Summer's looking good too. They look like the ghetto twins. They sitting up there looking like the ghetto twins. So anywho, Bad Dolly tells what's her face? Summer, that, you know what I'm saying, she not gonna be jumping in everything because she gotta get her hand ready for no. She tells Summer, she's like, you can't be popping off, about every little thing and stuff like that. And so Summer said, I'm not gonna shut up. And so Bad Dolly was like, okay, well, do what you gonna do, because I can't be jumping into everything now, because I gotta get my hand ready in case Tasiki want hers, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, bitch, that's smart. That's very smart. Okay, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. So anywho, the scene switches. Natalie has invited all the girls to the living room, and she's calling one of her house meetings. So we know that shit is about to go down at this so-called alleged house meeting. So anywho, the conversation starts off with Summer. Okay, Summer as her and Summer in her mouth. So Summer goes to popping it about how boring. She was like, no. At first, Summer feeling good, so she's like, I'm roommates. I don't know. Somebody asked. No. Natalie asked the girls she asked Summer who she was roomies with. And so Summer's like, I'm roomies with the realest bitches with big legs, and I got my girl Bad Dolly, and Ivory's around the corner. Ivory was like, not like that. Damn, Ivory. For real, like, you just don't want no affiliation with their ass. So anywho, then she starts popping shit about Emma, about how boring Emma is, how Emma needs to go home. And I agree. I concur. Because how the fuck? I know Scotty's sitting up there just like thrilled, bitch. Like, yes, get her ass. Because how you gonna sit up there and call the next bitch boring, but then you get on the show and do absolutely nothing? And there's no excuses to be had, because this is your first season. So you're supposed to bring everything you got to the motherfucking table on your first season. You can't afford to be sitting around chilling and relaxing and stand up off or whatever the fuck it is that she's doing when, you know what I'm saying, you don't sit there and call somebody out for being boring. So you supposed to be, in return, the littest bitch on the show. I'm just saying, you supposed to be doing the same shit Summer doing, if not harder. So, I mean, whatever. So then Biggie decides to confront Natalie about why wasn't she invited to the brunch or whatever. So Natalie tells her that, because she had issues with Jaden and Akbar, she didn't want, Biggie in that space, basically. But she should have just kept it all the way funky and said, bitch, I don't fuck with you either. So I'm not for to be inviting you to things like that, everything. I might invite you to some shit, but I'm not for to invite you to everything, because I don't like your attitude. I don't like the way you talk shit. I don't like none of it. So anywho, Jaden and Biggie goes to going back and forth, because Biggie basically was like, I didn't mean to go off on you, and I didn't have no problems with you. That I had issues with Akbar or whatever. So then Jaden gets mad, and Jaden says, no, but Biggie, you were wrong. First of all, Jaden, shut the fuck up. How was Biggie wrong? First of all, Biggie was already going to beef with somebody, and you decided to jump on Biggie, start talking shit to Biggie, talking about how Biggie needs to shut the fuck up or do something or whatever the fuck. First of all, birthday or not, why is you inserting yourself in somebody else's drama? Okay, so then when Biggie turned that energy to your ass, now she's wrong, but you threw the flowers at her. But she was wrong. If the roles was reversed, nobody wouldn't have thought twice about Jaden popping Biggie with that whole situation. Nobody would have thought twice, okay? So the fact that Jaden's sitting up there acting like she's playing victim when you hit the girl first, shut the fuck up. Just shut up, okay? Just shut up. Besides, like I said, I expected Jaden to give a lot more, especially since she, you know what I'm saying, she known for being connected with Krishan Rock and they you know, that whole situation. So I'm thinking that Jaden was going to be like, you know, shit, the white version of Krishan Rock, basically. But no, so far she give me weak bitch. So anywho, Natalie announces that the special guest has arrived, and then in comes Slim looking like a fucking vampire, okay? This bitch come in here with this blonde hair, talk shit. Rolly got up immediately and got to business. When I tell you, in those little cliffhanger clips that we saw, it looked like Rolly used her ass like a broom. She just swept the floor with that motherfucker, then picked her up, ringed the eye, and swept her ass again. Like, that didn't make no motherfucking sense. That didn't make no sense. How you want to come in there talking all that shit knowing damn well you can't do shit with Rolly? But the saga will continue next episode, okay? So this is where the episode pretty much ends, all right? And I most definitely give this episode a solid 8. It was a lot of different things going on, a lot of different scenes, and I'm liking the fact that they're putting the girls in a lot of different it's a lot of different sceneries going on, because it's like it gets kind of boring if they do 1 or 2 scenes and then the episode is over. They got a lot of little split scenes going on, and it was a lot of fights this episode. Ivory most definitely did her big one, getting the girls going. Oh yeah, and then as far as like the Akbar and DTB situation, who do y'all looks better? It's a better looking girl, okay? And not only that, how do y'all feel about the whole Emma situation? At this point, we need to have some eliminations, okay? And I really think that Emma needs to be the next one to go home. I'm not really feeling Bad Dolly like that, and Pretty P still pretty low on my like list. But I don't know. I just need to see more out of Pretty P. I don't know. She always fighting when she needs to, but I don't know. She just seems so old. I don't know. Maybe it's the way she balled up her mouth. I don't know. But with that being said, this concludes the episode, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed the recap. Please, if you are new here, go ahead and hit that like button if you liked the video, which I hope you did. Also, hit the subscribe button. Everybody hit the notification bell so you guys know when I drop a new video. With that being said, I love you guys. Deuces.